Hello friends, welcome to the Greatest Economist. In this series, we discuss on the Kautilya and Chandragupta. He played many roles in his life as a teacher, author, strategist, philosopher, economist, jurist, and royal advisor. He best known for his in life, known for the Kautilya's Arthasastra, the way of the financial management and economic governance. When we ask about the first economics, then our answer is Adam Smith is the first economist or father of economics. His name is known about all of people, but even before Adam Smith, Kautilya had given the ideas of the economics in India. Kautilya wrote the books titled Arthasastra in Sanskrit, expressing his economic ideas. Kautilya has used the scriptures, Puran, Upanishad, as well as the writing of the Manu, Shukracharya, Yugnavalakya, etc. In his book, in the economies of the Kautilya, he does not the study of the wealth of nation, nor discuss its nature of the causes, but he given a such a advice to the king that the power of wealth of the state should be as well as the maintain and increase. Thus the economics given the Kautilya is not a pure and complete economics, but it is the blend of economics, politics, ethics, and theology. Kautilya economics ideas can be called political economics. The section on the administration system described by Kautilya provide the important ideas of taxation, the fourth hierarchy, as well as the seven organs of the state power that they include the Swami means Lord, Amatya means committee members of the state administration, Durga means fort, Rajkosh means treasure of state, Janpad means people of state, Danda means fine, and Mitra means friends, which had the never mentioned before any of the ancient Indian political literature. And I have the address these matters in the most of the research paper have the tried to the light up about the greatest economics in this series. The biggest economist in India, the Kautilya. Kautilya preferred to the change the interest on the loan, but the rate of interest was the too high. The state governed it. He believed that the rate of interest should be determined by the two factors, the risks involved and the capital production. For the traders, the interest rate was the greater. About the Kautilya's economic thoughts is presented as the Kautilya took the term the wealth in the very wide sense. According to the Kautilya, wealth is necessary for the state. A king remains the saviors but the management of the wealth. In the modern term, resources management is equally important of the preserve the sovereignty of the emperor. In shortly, we say about the principle of Kautilya Arthashastra. Arthashastra by the Kautilya put the emphasis of the two broad objectives, resources maximization and also the optimum management, implying the method of the resource collection which may be bring about the maximum prosperity without killing the economic incentives. Kautilya, also known as the pen name is Chanakya, was a remarkable figure in ancient India. He held a multiple roles throughout his life, including that the teacher, philosopher, economist, and statesman. One of his most significant contribution was the authorship of this Indian political treatise called the Arthasastra, which focus on the science of the politics and economics. Chanakya played the pivotal role in the establishment of the Maurya dynasty. Kautilya, born in the humble Brahmin family, Kautilya received his education at Takshashila, an ancient center of the learning located in what is the now Pakistan. This institute was the renowned for his the comprehensive curriculum, which cover a wide array of the subject including the economics, politics, welfare, strategies, medicine, and astrology. Kautilya's thirst for the knowledge and the dedication of the learning set stage for his bright career. Chanakya was not only the philosopher and the jurist but also the higher esteemed royal advisor. Despite being the born VishnuGupta, he is widely recognized his pen name Kautilya. He authorized his Arthasastra, a comprehensive work on the politics and economics that remain influential to this day. Beyond these, Chanakya penned numerous books on the ethics of the statecraft, showcasing his extensive knowledge and intellectual power. His remarkable career as a political advisor to Maurya Empire, Chandragupta earned his extended accolades for his pivotal role in this expansion of the empire. His influence the extended even the further, the continue to the provide guidance to the Chandragupta's successor Bindusar. Chanakya Niti is a collection of the ancient Indian teaching the attributed to the renowned scholar and advisor Chanakya, also known as the Kautilya. It's organized over the 2000 years ago between the 2nd century BCE and 3rd century CE. This wisdom is found in the text called the Arthasastra. Chanakya Niti is a set of the principles and guidelines for the leading the successful and virtuous life. Is cover various aspects such as political, ethics, economics, and personal conduct. The word Niti means the policy and ethics, though so is essentially to guide for the ethical and the strategic decision making. The key of teaching and lesson from Chanakya Niti is firstly strategic thinking. Chanakya Niti emphasis of the importance of the planning and the strategy. It teaches us the think ahead and the consider of the consequence of the action. Second, ethical conduct. Integrity and the honesty are the central to the Chanakya Niti. It encourages the people to be truthful, respectful, and fair in their the dealing. Third, leadership. The teaching provide the valuable insight into the effective leadership, stressing qualities like the courage, wisdom, and the ability to inspire others. Fourth, economics. Chanakya Niti discuss the economic matter, advising, and the financial management, investment, and saving for the future. Fifth, relationship. It's offer the guidance of the building the maintaining relationship, emphasizing trust, loyalty, and empathy. Six, adaptability. The teaching they recognize the importance of the adaptability and the ability to change with the times. About the Chanakya Niti, even thoughts of Chanakya Niti originate centuries ago. Its wisdom remains relevant today. People refer to the use for the guidance as their the personal and professional lives. It can help the individual make the better decision, navigate challenges, and lead to the more balanced and virtuous life. In shortly, we say about the Chanakya Niti is a collection of the ancient teaching from the Arthashastra, offering the valuable insight into the ethics, leadership, strategy, and the more its the timeless wisdom continues to the inspire to the guide the people in the various aspects of life. Next important point explain about the event in the Kautilya's meeting with the king Dhananda. Nanda, who's the emperor of the Magadha at his time of the organized the food meal for the Brahmins at the Pushpapuri. Chanakya also the attained the meal in this desire to the receive some gift from King Dhananda by the given the suggestion about the unbroken India. But Dhanandas was a very arrogant king in the insulting the Chanakya by the looking as his ugly appearance and directly reject his suggestion. Then Chanakya got very angry and vowed to destroy his Nanda empire. Then the Dhananda ordered his people to arrest him, but Chanakya escaped from there in the disguise. After escaping from the court of Dhanandas, Chanakya successfully and run and started living around the Magadha. Also, this during time, they become the friend with his rival Dhanandas' son. Chanakya used his wisdom to earn 80 crore of the golden coin from the royal ring, keeping to so many golden coins saved by the digging a hole in the jungle. He went to look for a person whose the could successfully help him to finish the Dhanandas. Chanakya was looking for the someone who could destroy the Nanda dynasty of the Dhanandas from the root. At the same time, Chandragupta was seeing in the eyes of the Chanakya. Chanakya then gave 1,000 gold coin to his foster parents and took him them to the forest. At the present, Chanakya was ready with the two weapons of the remove the Dhananda's head. If the Chanakya was among them, the other the Dhananda's son. Chanakya decided to train one among these two and make his emperor. He decided to take a small test between them, and that test, Chandragupta successfully removed the Dhananda's son head and become the victorious. Chanakya was very proud of the Chandragupta, who was able to win the test. Chanakya gave him the rigorous military training for 7 years. Under the Chanakya's guidance, Chandragupta became a capable warrior. Chanakya always wanted to overthrow the Nanda dynasty of the Dharanan and establish the Maurya Empire. Chandragupta formed is a small army without thinking much and attacked the Magadha, which was the capital of the Nandas. But the Chandragupta was the small army was crushed away from his front of the huge army of the Nandas. Chanakya has burned us the burning of the making the foolish decision. Chanakya and Chandragupta began the Rome in the frustration after the defeat. One day, Chanakya and Chandragupta were roaming in the Magadha. One mother was scolding her the son who burned his hand by the putting in the middle of the hot bread. Looking at the mother, explained, if you put your hand directly between the hot bread, it will surely burn you. Why you are acting like a stupid Chanakya? Who instead of the seizing as the border territories. He is directly attack his capital and burn his hand. First eat the border and to the bread and then slowly put your hand in the middle. Then it will not burn you. Dad's mother was scolding his child like this. Chanakya and Chandragupta heard the secretly. Listening to that, they realized that the mistake he regarded it is the biggest mistake to attack the capital Pataliputra without the seizing of the border of the first. Chanakya bowed to the human whose enlightenment is those the world and they decide to go ahead. Listening to the advice of the Chanakya, Chandragupta attacked the border of the first and started taking them under his control. Chandragupta tried to train the forest people who were roaming purposeless and include them in their army. When the army was completely ready, Chanakya decided to take the out of the gold coins which had hidden in the forest and provide all the necessary goods and armor to the army. By doing this, the Chanakya strengthened of the army, but some of the smaller king of this border did not agree to join Chandragupta army. Chanakya killed such the kings by the poisoning girls. Chanakya used to mix small doses of the poison in the food from the very early age. He had poisoned some girls with the food and had transformed into the poison girls, also called the Vishakanya. A kiss of the poison girl was enough to kill the enemy's king. Chanakya took a very smart and calculative move to take the control of the all border places which were under the leadership of Nandas. Thinking about the enemy in the anger is of no use. Chanakya started the thinking calmly and the use to the new strategy of the overcome the enemy. Seeing the correct time, Chandragupta attacked the Magadha capital Pataliputra and successfully killed the Nanda. After the death of the Nanda, Chandragupta established the Mauryan Empire by the overthrowing the Nanda dynasty. In this way, Chanakya dream of the united Indian Empire become the true. Is the same time At the same time, his revenge of the Dhananda's war also over. Chanakya became the prime minister of the Chandragupta when he became the emperor of the Maurya Empire. Chanakya created the competent cabinet of the strong governance in his empire. He provided the separate ministry to all the ministers. He also provide the all possible facilities for the welfare of the citizens. Chanakya also appoint female bodyguard to the Chandragupta along with the male bodyguard. Chandragupta Maurya became the first king of have the female bodyguard in his empire due to concern over the Chandragupta's life. Chanakya used to feed him the small amount of the poison in his food since his childhood. He used to add some poison to his meal. One day Chandragupta's wife mistakenly had his meal. Eating that poison food, she was pregnant at that time. Watching that the Chandragupta was sitting in the fear of the losing his wife and child, Chanakya cut off the Chandragupta's wife womb and took out the baby from his belly. The child's baby was covered with the many blood streams. That is why that the child was named Bindusar. Now we discuss about the economic ideas of the Kautilya. Firstly, economic ideas in wealth. The concept of the wealth is held by the Kautilya was very wide in this scope. To him, wealth include the money, commodity, and acquired the wealth, public or private, property, precious metal, and the accumulated wealth, negotiable and the transferability, the power of the appropriation. He also include the labor and the forest produce in the wealth. To the him, wealth is to be acquired to grain by the grain, as the learning is to be acquired the every moment. Acquisitions of the wealth is always beneficial if it is acquired for the sake of the goods of wife and son and friends for the giving the away charity. Kautilya justified wealth was the earned throughout the proper means, that also the throughout the accumulation of the wealth was the safe method for the protecting the people against the famine. Second economic ideas is Varta. Ancient thinkers used the word Varta means the science of the nation economy. Kautilya include the agriculture, animal husbandry and trade in Varta. According to Mahabharata, Varta was the roof of the world, of the thing which was the most essential of the economic stability. It was necessary for the king to learn about the essential of the nation economy from the scholar and specialization in order to discharge his function of the successfully as a ruler. Third economic ideas is agriculture and animal husbandry. Agriculture and animal husbandry form two the important components of the Varta. These were regarded as the basic source of the new wealth. Agriculture was given the pride of the place among the occupations adopted by the people. The art of agriculture reached the higher degree of the perfection, and our ancient scholar well understood the minute detail of the agriculture techniques. They have the mention in their the books rotation of the crop, intensive and extensive cultivation, large and small scale farming, use of fertilization, crop disease, and there the irrigation by the river and the tanks, cattle farming, seed selection, evils of the fragmentations of the holding, etc. To them, the largest source of the state income was the land revenue. Next economics idea is labor. The ancient appreciation of the dignity of the labor for 100 years. Manu and Kautilya have the deal with the method for the regulation of the wages for this the settlement of the disputes between the employers and worker. Kautilya did not recommend slave labor, but higher labor was there. Kautilya had lead to down a code of the labor disciplines. Next economic idea is trade. Gold and bullion was regarded as the means of the producing wealth, and the trade was the sum of the industrialization capital. Kautilya devoted the gold good deal with the attended to the problem of the trade, such the regulations of the development of the trade by the state and the different taxes to the leaves from the commodities that they enter into trade. Next economics idea is value. Regarding value, the ancient thinking of the India seemed to have some ideas on value which relevant to the modern time. We should take the value of the each commodity according to the time and the place, but there can no value of the that which incapable of the being exchanged. Next economic idea is a population. The ancient thinkers had to the fear of the growing population. The Vedas were for the more married couple. Population could not grow beyond the reasonable limit owing the high death rate due to the constant war between the small state and the loss of the life due to the inadequate medical facilities. Kautilya recommendation of that the king should establish the colonies for the facilitating migrations. Next economics idea is slavery. The ancient India slave was treated as the member of the family and was not asked to the degrading work. The slave was the hereditary domestic servant who could not use his personal earning and could not own property. But economically, he was better than the higher labor. Next point is economic idea welfare state. Kautilya, the state of the no promote the economic welfare to the people and the fully regulated of the economic life. The state had given the subsidies for the development of the trade, as like agriculture, irrigations, mines, cattle, welfare, etc. Next economic idea is public finance. Taxation was one of the most important sources of the revenue of the state. It was known as a Rajkar. The rate of the tax was determined the accordance with these the dictates of the Hindu religious. Land revenue was the important source of the taxation in ancient India. Next point is economic ideas of town planning and social security. Town planning and include to the reorientation of the main road and the street at the subdivision of the city areas. The village where the group together from the point of the view economic necessities of these for nation defense. Next point is economic ideas is private property. Ancient economic thinkers supported to the institutional of the private property, both the movable and immovable. The right in the land was the transferable and the sellable as the rival of the ancient law books. The following the eight sources of the property were the recognized in this day: gift, conquer, inheritance, partitions, purchase, gain of agriculture and trade, discovery of the seizures, the owner of the land on which is the treasure was the discovered, could get the large share of it, not the whole of it. Next point is justification on the interest. The rate of the interest was also the varied from the class to class, depending upon the purchase for which the money was the borrow. Economic resources of the borrower. The sum were the consideration of the charging a compound rate of the interest. Thus, interest is those the day was the part of the profit. If the loan made the kind of the money was the return in kind. Interest did not exceed half of the money value of the original capital. Next economic idea is the consumption and production. For the consumption purpose, family was regarded as the economic unit. Consumption should have the four ideas, namely dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. The individual was the subordinate to the family or the community. As the production was a concern, the four agents of the production, namely land, labor, capital, and organization, were recognized. Land was considered as the main source of wealth. And the last point is the death of the Chanakya. Chanakya served as the Chandragupta's advisor and with his guidance, Chandragupta was able to defeat the general of the Alexander and help to his turn in the Mauryan Empire into the one of the most powerful empire. Chanakya was a highly learned person who had the knowledge in the wide range of the topics, and he wrote Arthasastra that explore many important subjects such the military strategy, economic policy, issue of the social welfare, and so and so. Chanakya died. Chanakya died in 275 BC, and the detail regarding the death of the ref in the mystery. One legend says that starved himself of the death, while the another legend says that the death during the reign of the Bindusar as a result of the political conspiracy. After a few days, Bindusar repented that they should not have behaved so angry with the Chanakya, but now it was too late. Chanakya was living like a monk in the small hut near the forest. Bindusar ordered the Subandhu to go into the forest and get the Chanakya back by the convincing him. But Chanakya arrived was not a likely by the Subandhu. When he found the Chanakya's hut in the forest, he burned he alive in it. This way, Chanakya lost his life by the Subandhu's conspiracy. Subandhu, after the killing the Chanakya, gave the false report to the court that the Chanakya committed suicide after the facing insult. Chanakya made the Chandragupta the king from the street and founded the Maurya Empire, but he was killed by the people of his own kingdom only. The old saying, the one who goes to take the revenge definitely joins the graveyard badly, become the true in this the case of the Chanakya also. Even today, also the Chanakya inside politics mechanisms and have brought the success of the million of the people. The present politician, businessman, and the many people are using the Chanakya Sutra to get what they are seeking in life. In this video, we cover all the related subject in this topic. If any question you have, please ask me in description box. If you want to more videos like that, please share, like, comments, and subscribe to our channel for the more explore new topics. Stay tuned with the Oceanic Economics. See you in next video. So thank you.